Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk Thinker, right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. Well, I got a nice lesson for you today. Heru, Heru, Heru. That's our right thinkers chant from now on. Okay, let's go. That's a little tidbit before we're going. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. Numbers say you ain't too interested in these lessons, but I can live with that. It's all good. I just put them out there. You make the decision to view them or not. So moving on. Let's go. Still appreciate you. Let's go. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right thinking mission. And yeah, you know that's what I'm on. Is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment by any means necessary. Some of you gonna like, some of you not. Don't make a difference to me. I got a mission and I'm on it. Doggone it. Right thinking is a way of life, and that's what it is. Through mental and spiritual discipline, daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself or Haru. That's my mission, and I'm on it. All right thinkers need to become Haru, aka know thyself. All right. The question: do you know you Haru? If not, let me help you out. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you to get you to become Haru too. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes that they know never become Haru. They're dangerous. Avoid them. I do. That's why. A person who knows not, a person who knows, but knows not that they know, is asleep spiritually. I can wake them up. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. Right thinker, know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. You hear me saying I'm grunting, ahoo, ahoo, ahoo. The Marines, simplified those, they got their mantra, they got uh their rally call. So take a page from the Spartans. When he asked the other group of people, what do y'all do? One did this, one did that. He said, Spartans, what do we do? Haru, that means we kill. In other words, when we say Haru, that means we know ourselves. We're enlightened beings and we're growing. All right. All right, things. Let's talk about my man, Heru, the spirit warrior that's in you, the hero that's in you, the greatest love of all that's in you. And Heru is the original concept of the Son of God, okay, the resurrected Son of God, who was killed by his brother. The story goes. But what I don't teach, and I try to stay away from with my students, is giving them Heru information. Why? Because they're going to think they reached it. They're going to think they got it. And that's never a good thing. So I try to cakewalk you along the way, get you where you need to go, and then you will become Heru because you will know you. Okay, that's the goal. That's the plan. That's the object. Let's go. Christians want you to be Christ-like. That's part of it. No problem. Again, you can understand it. Right thinkers want to become Haru. That's the true hero in you. The original concept of the Son of God resurrected to what? Avenge his father's killer. In this case, and understand this metaphorically, this is the key. The killer of your father is the ego. Your job and your mother taught you to do what? Conquer the ego. Don't let it kill you like it did your father. That's the life lesson that Heru is going to learn from his mother, Isis, or Aset, as we know it to be. But the concept is to conquer your ego. Watch this. Now, right thinking philosophy goal is to get all right thinkers to become Heru. That's the highest spiritual aspect of yourself you can reach. That's the top of the top. We call it Nihas. Christians call it Christhood. It's all knowing thyself. Self-discovery. Yeah, same thing. So I'm not giving you nothing different. I'm just giving you something that's original where it comes from, and everything that spins off it comes right back to the same thing. I'm just giving you the original. That's all. Everybody else is giving you the copy. Self-knowledge supersedes spiritual knowledge. Supersedes biblical knowledge, scholarly knowledge. Self-knowledge is true knowledge, spiritual truth that you learn, live by, and master to know thyself. Self-knowledge is what? Knowing thyself when? After learning, again, there's lessons in life that we have to do. And learning and living your spiritual truths will get you where you need to be. Everybody has the opportunity. We all are called, but only a few are chosen. Why? Because only a few gonna put the work in to do the thing they had to do to make it happen for them. And what happens to them, we try to tell others what to do. Hence, sage, gurus, mystics, teachers, master teachers. Why? I'm only giving you what I have, what I know. And that's the whole point of me teaching right there. The philosophy. Let's go. Your ego self is who you identify with, and that's fine because that's set. The Egyptian say that's set. But when you obtain knowledge of self, when you have self-mastery, you become Heru. What? You know thyself. The goal for every human in the spiritual aspect is to know who you are in the flesh. Conceptually, it's all mental. When you hook mental with spiritual, now you got something. That's the heart-mind coherence. When you are ignorant of your higher self, you're just human. We're born ignorant. That's why the point is to wake up, get enlightened, whatever you want to call it, be a better you, find yourself, self-discovery. But that's the goal. And when you're being just human, you're set. But with the knowledge of self, you become again Heru. That's the end result of a life well lived and things done right. You will elevate to become conscious of who you are, and you know you and your father are one. Sound familiar? That's the ultimate goal for right thinkers. So if you're Christian, we still on the same wavelength. I ain't got a problem with that. I am Heru. That's like me saying, I'm Christ. Oh, he blasphemous. Oh, he think he God. See? When you're ignorant of something that you don't know, and when you hear it, you just go nonsensical, which just shows your ignorance. But if you would understand and go deeper in understanding and listen and pay attention, you might learn something about yourself. Yeah, I'm Heru. And guess what? When you know thyself, you will become Heru too. So I ain't just the only one. Nope. It's available for all those Christians who walk in the Christ-like form. They are the good Christians. Those who not, they're the bad ones. But they all Christians, all follow the same concept. One will and one won't. So, but they both claim. We got a bunch of that going on. Remember, when you got choice, it's up to you. So, in order to know thyself, what you have to do, you will have to learn what? The spiritual truths, not religious lies. Spiritual truths are things that you can bank on. You can live with these concepts, and they will manifest for you as they did for me. That's why I teach them, and that's the whole concept. I know Christians, watch this, who don't become Christ-like. Why? It's because of the misunderstood teachings that they teach from a perspective that won't get you where you want to go. That's why. And I'm listening. I see a lot of preachers. I hear all the sermons. A lot of people listen to them, just go with them because it sounds good, make them feel good about it. That's spiritual. Now, when you're inside yourself, that's spiritual. But when you're getting fed the wrong information in your spirit, can't discern that it's not all the crap to be, yeah, it makes you feel good. They got the music playing, they got the drum, yeah, it's that, everything feels good. But when you leave that atmosphere, what happens? Nothing. See? So true knowledge, you live with it every day. You practice it every day. Your doctors, lawyers, all your professions, they're not professional. What? They still practicing. They spend their whole career practicing. So I live my life practicing to be my best self. I can do that every day. They do it. So if you got a profession that you decide with, how about making you or finding your best self and become your best self be your profession? It pays off a lot more than cash. So any religious follower can become Christ-like. How? If they practice the tenets that set forth, that will make them Christ-like. I know good Christians who live in a Christ-like lifestyle, and they're good people. I got no problem with that. I don't tell them to be the right thinker. You can't be a bitch. Nope. They treat me with respect. We respect one another. They respect what I do. I respect what they do. I have Muslims, and I tell you, I got all religious friends. I don't fight with them over faith in their God. Simple. I teach them how to get to God for those who don't know or don't have no faith and no religion to follow or believe in. I'm giving you something that's tangible that you can use for yourself. You don't need a religion for this to be a right thinker. If you become Christ-like through practicing the tenets, okay? And when it's taught correctly, it's a beautiful thing. I'm seeing it. If I didn't have my church family that I've been fellowshipping with for the last 10 years, I would be ripping y'all a new one. Trust me on that. Why? Because I don't have nothing to balance out my discontent for you guys, for the people I see professing to be that, and they just make me sick sometimes with their nonsense. But when it's done right, I got nothing but admiration, love, and respect. That's spiritual family. That's love for spiritual people. You can become Heru. And all right thinkers, when I say I want y'all to become, know thyself, that's becoming Heru. See, I can't just throw it out there because, I want to be Heru. I'm going to be Heru. Everybody running around. All of a sudden, I got a bunch of Herus running around here. And they really set, okay? But another lesson. But you can become Heru too. Why? Or how? Just learn spiritual truth. Live those spiritual truths. And you will be able to become a master of you, and you become Heru too. That's how this process works. Christ, the only way to get to God is through me. Meaning, if you don't do these things, it ain't gonna happen. So I agree again. I didn't, but I misunderstood the concept. Oh, he think everybody got to know. No, what he's saying is, unless you do these things, you won't get to the Father. I'm telling you the same thing. Metaphorically, if you don't follow these things that you need to do, you won't get there. I don't care what you call yourself, a Muslim, Christian, or Jew. If you ain't living right, you ain't doing the virtuous thing that you need to do, you ain't going nowhere. Okay. Right thinkers, their goal is to what? To become Heru. Heru. Again, Heru. When we thank God, we do it thrice. 3 times Heru. 3 times great. Hermes Trismegistus. Yeah. When you have your spirit in check, you got your physical body in check. When you're doing the right things in life, all those things in check, mind, body, and spirit, when all those are working together in harmony, you are Heru. Why? You know yourself, you're doing the things you need to do, and you're the warrior that keeps the fight going inside you. The holy war that sometimes you want to do the wrong thing. Sometimes you might want to do, holy war, Heru, cleans all that out. Addictions, bad attitude, all that stuff is getting taken out when you raise your conscious level to live and do right. That's why it works. Right thinkers' goal is to what? To become Heru. How? Through what you learn and the things that you do. That's selfless service, treating people respectfully, and your blessings will come every day. When you get good at it like I have, it's a way of life. And it's a good way of life. Why? Because it's a good thing that's going to happen to you. When you're living wrong, you worry about that shoe dropping, you got the side chick, you don't know if the phone's going to ring at the wrong time. That's stress. Fellas, let me tell you this. When you're living right, transparency with your other half, that takes away that stress. And you're so much more relaxed, so much more at peace. But if you sneak and deceitful, you live on the edge. Don't push me because I'm close to the edge. Man, I got a whole lot of stuff going on up in here. Don't give me no more. That's when you're stressing. Okay, been there, done that again. Let me get back to this lesson. Sorry about that. I can't have you. I can't have you, Heru. That's all up to you. All I can do is instruct you and lead you down the path to do the things you need to do, and that will get you to becoming Heru. It ain't what you think. It ain't how you feel. It's what you do. Self-improvement, right here. Right thinking philosophy is based on one thing: self-improvement. You don't get no outside help. I'm gonna give you the instructions. That's the best you need. Other than that, you need to put the work in yourself. That's who's gonna get the benefits. You. So understand that self-improvement is what right thinking philosophy gets you to do to become Heru. This is all about becoming your best self. And Heru is the highest level you can reach. Christian, you want to be Christ-like? Come on. We're all in the same boat. Trust me. All right? Heru. is not the comforter. Understand that? Oh, he is what? The spiritual warrior. What do warriors do? Kill. Okay, yeah. He is in charge and he will put what? Your ego in check. He called the ego out and put him on the carpet and handle his business. Okay, that's the holy war that's inside all of us. They say it ain't the size of the fight, it ain't the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. How big is your Heru? That fight is Heru. That's your spirit. How big is your spirit? How bad do you want to come out? How bad do he want to be over the ego? Because the ego walks around like the cock of the yard. He the man. And if you don't put him in check, you're going to have lifelong feathers. But once you defeat your ego, set this excuse me, that's Heru in you what? Taking control. That's when you raising your conscious level to not live on this level. I made the decision to not do stuff I used to do that was wrong. That's all I did. That's all I did. Ain't not, oh, just stop doing the things that's not good and do things that's good, and that's how you change your life. But if you want to dip and dab and do a little good and then go and do a little bad, figure out, I do just as much good as I do bad, so bad have to be eradicated. Good have to be in charge. Simple as that. I know that for a fact. All right, watch this. Heru is your spiritual Spartan, Leonidas. My man, he had 8,000. His enemy had 100. Xerxes had 150,000 warriors. They told him, "Look, if you go to war with us, you can't win." Leonidas said, "Yeah, if." Okay, and he said, "Listen, throw down your weapons." He said, "No, come and get them." I love that. So that's the fight that's in us. And when you got Heru, matter of fact, they used Leonidas to play the Egyptian god role when he killed Ra in front of everybody. See, Set don't care. Heru had to grow into that attitude. He had to be pushed. He had to be proud. He had to be, beat up and smashed around, gouge his eye out to go through all that to realize I need to take care of this guy. When people push you to that limit, I tell people, when you bring out the Hulk in me, don't get mad at the Hulk. That ain't his fault. He just was brought on by you. So that's what I'm trying to explain to you. And all he does as the Spartan is what? Conquer or kill ignorance. Eradicate ignorance. Bad thoughts, negative thoughts, pity party, all that self, like that. No, 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 no. He killed the ego and he take away the bad part about the ego, which brings you down, depresses you. He makes sure you rise. That's why his spirit is the sign of the hawk, the fastest, baddest bird in the land. Your spirit represents that. That's what the Egyptians want you to understand. When you Heru, you can the fastest thing in the air. You can go in the water. Ain't no escaping you. So the lion became the jungle. That falcon up in the air. Okay, now America took the hawk, but it's the bird of prey. Bottom line is, and your spirit is just that. It will do what it has to do. The vulture, female, will chew off her own leg to feed her kids. That's where that concept comes from. That's why they use the vulture for the female queens. They are mothers. That's what mothers do. Moving on. Now, being Heru means you've reached Nihas, you've reached spiritual enlightenment, you became anointed, you are God conscious. My favorite, know thyself. Again, all these different names that mean the same thing. But the idea is to get it. So whatever you call me, it doesn't really matter. I know who I am. So that's the whole point of each one of us knowing ourselves. Nobody can tell you who you are. You know thyself. That's becoming Haru. All right, here you go. Oh, whoa, my bad. Just like, here you go. Now, just like one goes by many, just like God goes by many names to one, so do Haru, the warrior spirit that's in you. He been called many names, okay, many different attributes. Every culture, every religion down the line, but the original is Haru. You have sages, gurus, mystics, and they all describe what Haru is and will do for you. Enlighten and get you through life situations that if you didn't have that fight in you, you might lose. Okay? Integrity, respect, all those good things, that's Heru. Heru is what? That sleeping Goliath giant that's in all of us that wants to be awakened. Why? So it can do what it does. take you to the next level. If you're living in fear, that means you scared. You scared of that. What's in you? Because you don't know what it is. That's why knowing that self, you do know what that is. Okay. Becoming Heru, aka Master of Self, and a right thinking philosophy master is a way of life. You have to live it to have it happen. It's an experience that you got to go through. Your ego, your lower self, ignorant self, is set. Heru is what? Your higher self, your conscious, your God consciousness self will put set in check if need be. And that's the purpose of waking him up, to put your ego self in check. If not, you see where you end up. Last one. Appreciate you tuning in. Hope you're getting the idea. Heru is who you want to be. If you don't know, you are Heru. I mean, if you don't know yourself, tune in. I can help you. Let me wrap this up for you. Not knowing who you are is being spiritually ignorant. Set. But humans, you can go through life. A lot of people don't know who they are, but they do, so that's okay. But the real deal, right thinkers, your spiritual knowledge lets you know who you are. Hence, know thyself through spiritual knowledge, learning the truth and manifest them, living them for yourself on a day-to-day basis. That's what Maya tell you. And we are born what? Without knowledge of self. Conscious. Blank slate. That's why my man Lipton tell you the first 7 years we being programmed. When I go by the computer, I think I'm gonna get the computer turned on. I'm compute. You gotta put some programs on it. Again, we're born into the world. We're a computer, but ain't nothing on it. So conceptually, that's what he meant, and I get the concept. That's why I'm using this. A good lesson, a good tool to teach to get the concept over. So my point to that is, we are born without knowledge of self. That's why we have sages, elders, master teachers, etc., to do what they do. Instruct us, help us. My goal is to get all right thinkers to master themselves, to become Heru. I got one. I'm proud of that. Now, I learned my spiritual truths and I mastered them over a period of time. And now I teach to those who want to do the same thing. That's all I do. That's why I do it for you. I'm not out here trying to make nobody do nothing. Nope. I got a nice little following. I'm treating y'all like you're supposed to be. Give you the information that'll help you get where you want to go. I ask you the question when daily, do you know you? If not, then follow me. I'll show you how to become Heru too. Last one. Right thinkers, to know you are Heru too. What's to say? Oh, master my right thinking philosophy and know thyself, and then you'll be Heru. I'm out. I'm Heru. What about you? I'll be back. Stay with me. You can become Heru too.